I apologize for that jarring transition, as you probably embarrassingly saw in the previous video. I am only rocking the free version of Screencastify, and it told me that I was not cool enough to record past 10 minutes. So we're going to pick up where we left off. As I mentioned, I'm going to look up a different song. I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to do it here just because it's easier to click on things. But again, we're looking at Node. Nope. We're looking at Node. We're looking at LIRI. We're looking at Spotify. This song, I should note this terminal here is exactly the same as the other terminal. It's just loading up from within Visual Studio. And we're going to look for Sound of Silence. And we can see here that the version I was looking for, the Simon & Garfunkel version, did not show up first, which is why I didn't want to limit this to one result. I like the Disturbed version just fine. I think it's great, but it's not the one I was hoping to find. I was hoping to find this one. So again, we have the name of the artist, the song in question, the album, and then we also have the URL to preview this song that Spotify provides. Let's just go ahead and click on this to see.
People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening.
All right, so and again, this one will also respond with a message indicating that you've made a mistake if you were in fact searching for the song which I seem to recall being a big hit in '73. If you don't do anything at all, if you just say Spotify this song and then be like, you figure it out, LIRI, it will look for the sign. That was a parameter of the assignment. You will see that it does return the Ace of Base version of the song, but it's not number one. And I didn't want to lie to you. The fact of the matter is that Spotify thinks that the Harry Styles version of Sign of the Times is more popular than Ace of Base's design, and that's just not. It's not my job to determine that. But let's move on to the next command that LIRI has, which is movie this. Now, movie this is going to be accessing the OMDB, which is the online movie database, not to be confused with the Internet Movie Database, whose API key is a little more complicated to get. OMDB is going to show us just one movie based on the result that I'm looking for. In this case, I have looked for Star Wars. My API key was loaded, and you'll see that I have the name of the film here. In this case, the full name is Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope, the year it was released, up to 5 of the most prominent actors in the film, then indicates the production countries, the language that the film is available in, and the ratings given to it by IMDb as well as Rotten Tomatoes, and then a brief summary of the plot. It does only return the first response. So if you're saying that Empire Strikes Back is a Star Wars film, that's true, but you will need to be more specific. But yeah, you can look up whatever you're looking for. Like my favorite movie from 1980, The Blues Brothers. However, again, you need to be more specific if, for whatever reason, you wanted instead to get information about The Blues Brothers 2000, which was not so great and not released in 2000. All right. So those are the 3 primary commands that LIRI handles, but there is one more, and it is do what it says. Well, what says? Well, let's find out. So, looking at the results here, it looks like we've done a Spotify this song kind of search, and it looks sort of like we wanted it that way. I'm not exactly sure who wanted it that way, but someone in the curriculum design department did. So what's happening here is that LIRI is looking at a file. What file? The random.txt file, which just contains the text, Spotify this song, and I want it that way. So it looks to this file, and then, just like the command would indicate, it does what it says. So if I wanted to change this, for instance, to movie this, and then say, I don't know, Inception. I save that, then when I go back and run this command again, even though it's still just node LIRI do what it says, you'll see that it is now doing what that file says currently, as opposed to what it said. One last thing that I'll draw your attention to, you may have noticed that at the end of every single one of these, there's an extra line here that says your search and its results have been saved to the local file log.txt. And that's true. There is a file called log.txt that has been being written within the folder that LIRI is operating in. And if you open it up, you'll see that it has kept a list of all the commands you've given her, as well as the results. This file is getting longer and longer, but it's got it all in here. Now, don't worry if for whatever reason you decided to muck it all up and delete a bunch of stuff, which is totally your prerogative to do. You are the user here. Or even if you delete the file, I promise that she'll just go ahead and make a new one for you. So that's LIRI. That's what she does. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me through GitHub. If you like this video, please grade, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for your time. Goodbye.